Not sure what happened. I thought I had resolved the tech issues I was having, but apparently I somehow managed to make one. I'm not even sure what happened, but anyway, everyone on Get Vocal and Facebook and Periscope are getting this, and nobody else is right at the moment. However, we will have a replay for everyone else as well. So, everyone, I hope you are just patient with me as I get that uploaded a little later. I really do apologize for the fact that this is coming in late for everyone else. I did apparently have some, now that I'm seeing it, I do have some issues on Get Vocal where I have two of this set up. So, anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you're having a great morning. And it is Tuesday, August 11th, 12th? What is today? August 11th. We're coming to the end of our summer. Southern Hemisphere is probably coming to close to the end of their winter. It has been kind of a crazy summer with everything. We had all the lockdown and everything that was kind of the restrictions were finally lifting for. We finally had a bit of a heat wave here where I live, which has been fantastic, and now we're back to more in the way of rainy weather. I think it's supposed to actually rain today and be really kind of cloudy, or at least the potential of rain. We're supposed to get up to about a high of 25 and a low of 8, which for this time of year is pretty close to about normal. I think it's a little cooler than what it would normally be about August 11th from previous years. However, it will be. It is actually helping me sleep a lot better, which is nice. Also, if you are in the shoe shop area, the traffic has been pretty intense the last while, mainly because we do have quite a few tourists that have come through. Whatever they're here for. It's been nice having some extra people around because I think it has kind of boosted our economy a little bit more in the area, which is totally fine as long as the kind of social guidelines that we have right at the moment, and that will probably stick around for a little while longer as well. So if they've chosen to mask up, that's fine. Social distancing is what the big one is as well, and it's kind of proper hygiene overall. So just washing them hands is kind of what we're looking for everyone to do, which hopefully everyone is doing everywhere. And yeah, it's just a lot of tourists still coming through. A lot of them are coming from the east still. I didn't see as many going. Actually, there were quite a few people going east as they were coming from the east. So wherever they're coming from or going to, there was quite a few people out on the highway yesterday when the kids and I went out to Sicamous to go check out some waterfalls, which I didn't realize we had actually done once before a couple summers ago. So we got up there, took this little hike up because I thought we could see the falls from higher up. Got up the lookout. I was like, all right, you can't see anything but trees. Like the trees need to be like cleft down or something so you can see what from this lookup. But yeah, you get up to the little lookup. There's not a lot you can see up there. There's no platform built out or anything so you can look down the valley. You're literally at this lookout and you just look at a whole bunch of trees. Really kind of it. I mean, it would probably be really cool up there. I did get some pretty neat pictures, which I did share to my personal Facebook account. I'll try to put some up maybe. No, I'm not going to bother on Instagram. There wasn't anything really spectacular to put up, unfortunately. Although I do have a really good picture of my kid standing on one of the rocks in front of the waterfall, which is pretty cool. I might put that one up today. We'll see. And then I'll have Trail Tale 52 finally put up as well, which will also be my 1,000th photo or post on Instagram as well. So I'm really looking forward to having that one up finally as well, which will be probably a little later this morning. I'm also going to finally write a new article on my blog as well, which has been a little while. I apologize for that for anyone who does read it. Just been with everything that's been going on. I guess I just let it slide. Unfortunately, I had other things kind of preoccupying my mind, and I was going to write something yesterday, but for the last 2 days, I've had something else preoccupying my mind quite heavily. Finally, I got it figured out as I went to bed last night. I finally figured it all out and exactly what was going on in my brain with that situation and now I'm feeling much better about it, which is awesome. Just I probably can't talk to that person quite as much as I would really like to, but at the same time, I did resolve the issue that was going on in my head as well. So it took some time. It took longer than I was really expecting it to, which is part of the reason why it occupied so much space. Was it did take some time to get kind of figured out in my own brain as to what was going on. And now that I've got it figured out, I'm good to go. Pretty stoked on that. I've also got a few other, which also frees up brain capacity for a lot of other things that I need to get done as well in life. So that should hopefully be a lot more distraction free. Needless to say, with kind of some of the things that have kind of come up over the last little while, the dating life will probably be put on hold indefinitely. It's just, yeah, it's too rough. Let's just put it that way. A little too rough, and honestly, it's distracting me from some other things now that I want to get done. I know there's some really great people out there. I have met quite a few of them, and just right now with everything that's been happening, I need to kind of focus on me and my family. So it's more just kind of, it's a little bit more of a selfish endeavor to pull myself out. Actually, I guess it isn't really selfish. It'd be more selfish to stay in at this point. So I'm kind of taking myself away so I can concentrate on myself and other things. So that way I can make sure I am providing better for my family and being able to give more of what they would need as well, and be able to work on myself a lot better as well. Because I have discovered a few other things along this little journey as well in the last couple weeks. So I am looking forward to being able to work on me. I think I might try to find some good relationship books as well. So if anyone knows of any good relationship books, I would definitely appreciate some heads up on them. So you can just tweet them to me as well. And I would be more than happy to check them out, because I'm always looking at new things to read and new things to find out. So I would, yeah, if you have anything out there, that would be great. I would totally check them out and read them. So anyway, that was kind of the personal side of everything. Like I said, I figured it out finally last night. Like, oh man, it had been about 10:30 when I finally went to bed, and then all of a sudden, like, my brain kind of kicked it, and I was just like, okay, I'm like, oh, trying to go to sleep here. So just kind of, I think it took maybe 15, 20 minutes to kind of work through the whole process in my head to figure out what was going on. So then I got it figured out, and I was like, okay, I'm like, this makes a lot more sense now as to why everything's kind of happening in my head this way, and why this hurt has happened in this kind of way. And it's like a few things kind of worked out, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, all right, that actually all makes a lot more sense now. So I've been able to compartmentalize it. I've been able to separate it, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, right. I'm like, this makes a 100% sense. So yeah, it was a good exercise. I just wish I would have done it earlier in the day instead of going to bed. I guess my brain just wasn't computing those processes as well during the day. And I guess once I cooled off and finally, I was relaxed through most of the day. So I guess just once I kind of laid down, it was relaxing a lot more. My brain just went, whew, okay, now we can figure this out. And I was like, yeah, all right. And we did. We got it figured out in, like I said, about 20 minutes. And yeah, I feel much better. I guess I got enough sleep as well, because I'm feeling pretty energetic, feeling a lot better. Just everything's kind of going pretty good. And I feel pretty happy again. Whereas the last couple of days, I haven't felt quite as happy as I should be. But that's where this whole process of trying to figure things out kind of went. And it seemed to work pretty good. Pretty happy about all that. And I'm happy where everything's going to be. And like I said, it does free up a lot of brain space for me to concentrate on what I need to concentrate on, which is me, my family, and my work as well, which includes this show and some other things as well. Today, we're not going to be using our lovely whiteboard, just because I wanted to talk more about how I'm feeling and kind of express that a little bit more. And just today, we're going to be using the show as a bit more of a journal, and my blog entry that I'm going to be doing today as well is going to be talking about more of the process that I went through as well. Because I find it probably a little bit easier to write it all down and try to figure it out that way than I do with really kind of verbalizing a lot of it. And this way I don't just give a whole bunch of verbal diarrhea to you as well. And I think it'll just be a good process to kind of go through and really bring it in and just try to figure out what my actual process was on a lot of this, and just be able to share it out to you as well. That way, you don't have to watch it; you can also just read it, and it'll be a really good read. I think I'm actually going to really enjoy it quite a bit. I haven't had, I guess some of the issue with my blog is I just haven't had a lot of inspiration lately to write a lot. I did have a few things where I have written, but I haven't written tons since June. June. I think I wrote maybe one or two in one, maybe in July, maybe two at the most. But I did a bunch of writing in June, and then it kind of just fell off. And I that's on me. Like I should have tried to keep up with it, just with everything that's kind of happened. I mean, I know it's definitely an excuse, and don't get me wrong, I'm totally giving an excuse on this. I but I just basically I didn't structure my days properly, and I totally should have, and I should have taken more responsibility on what I was doing. I guess it was me just taking ownership on everything, really. But I mean, with everything that kind of happened, maybe I just seen it as a way to take a break for a bit. I don't know. I don't know what my deal was really. I should have been able to do this, all these things, and have fun because look, I'm doing this show, the blog. I should have been able to easily do still because I've been doing it for over a year. The Trail Tale series, I'm doing it for over a year, and now I've missed probably like 2 weeks, so I'm like past the year mark now, or the full year mark. Uh, and I might actually take a bit of a break on that one, just right at the moment, just to free up a little bit more space as well, just because it does take a little bit of time to do, because there are some editing aspects that I have to do with that series, which does take up some more time. So I might just put that one on hold for a little while, maybe at least the rest of August anyway. Then we'll start up with like a second series from Trail Tale and do something more do some more interesting things with it. I'm just not sure completely as to what yet, but we will come up with something. That's good stuff. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Not too sure yet exactly, but what else do I have to say? I think that's pretty much all I've got to say right at the moment. Yeah. So I'm going to try and get back onto the train a little bit more on a few things. And now that I've worked through a few other little pieces, I have a little bit more brain capacity to be able to fit other things in, and I'm not feeling nearly as distracted as I once was. I think I managed to pull that distraction back and be able to unpack some of the issues that were going on there for myself and be able to figure me out, which is fantastic. Like, I love being able to figure things out like this for myself, where I'm having some kind of issue, being able to work through it and figure it out a lot better and kind of just move forward and kind of understand it. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Being matters of the heart, it probably could, most likely will. It's kind of the way a lot of us are wired. I know I am a little bit more, but it's kind of is the way it is. And I try not to let things bug me too much. This one did, just because of just the way I ended up feeling. It was just a good feeling. So it, just kind of got me a little bit more. And I was able to unpack where things connected and disconnected. And I was able to get through it all. And made me feel much better in the end. Much, much better. So yeah, I always recommend people try to take a moment, figure things out, and just kind of, I wrote my journal for a little bit, which I'll probably do again. I will do again this morning, just to kind of clarify everything a little bit more and really put a pin into everything else that was going on in my head, and just be able to separate it a little bit better and be like, okay, this is what was going on, this is why it was going on, and this is maybe how to recognize it in the future. So that way it doesn't take as long to get through it. Now, granted, it used to be a whole lot longer to get through things. The fact that it took me like a day and a half was pretty good. So I commend myself on taking less time to get through something that normally would probably take me longer and upset me a whole lot more. But mind you, for my adult life, I mean, it's taken probably 20 years to really get to that point. But when you really look at it from when I started really working on myself, it's maybe been 7 years to get to this point, at the longest mark. So it has definitely taken some time, but it's definitely taken some good time, and now I can get through things much better and get through things a lot clearer and a lot better for myself. And I really just enjoy the fact that I I can feel good about where I'm at and feel good about what my future is going to have for me as well. I've also done a few other things to help me feel a little bit better as well, because I'm not really much of I'm a bit of a fool in some cases, but in some cases I'm really not. And I know that some things I have to get done, as much as I probably don't want to do them, I'm going to have to be able to support my family and do a few other things as well. So I've put a few things hopefully into place that will help me help my family and be able to provide a lot better as well, which also makes me feel good. I think that was part of some of the issue I was having as well. Actually, I know it was, and I've definitely wrestled with it for a couple of weeks, maybe longer, probably closer to like a month and a half. Yeah, probably pretty close to about a month and a half. Been wrestling with the idea of my self worth and how I feel about me. Mainly just because I haven't had an actual income that I'm earning coming in. I've been not that I haven't been looking for work or anything, or trying to make or have it so I have money coming in out of my own power. Um, it's sorry, this is just really hard. It just really kind of screwed with me not having being able to do this and being on like government assistance the last couple of months. It's just for the first little bit, it's like, okay, you know what, this isn't so bad. Like I can take some time, hang out with my kids, do things there. And then it got to a point where it just sucked, and I've been wrestling with it, and as you can kind of tell, it hasn't gotten a whole lot better. So I'm hoping things turn around, which I know they will. It was just more of a, I think a lot of it is all played together, right? Anyway, now that I've gotten the sad, serious part over, um, we'll try and turn the corner here a little bit, um, and we'll end on a high note. The coffee is really super good. I have some cinnamon in it, which I find spices it up just a little bit more, gives that little extra flavor on top of the coffee flavor, because I just drink my coffee straight up black, no sugar, no cream. I just put a little bit of cinnamon in it, and it actually adds to the flavor instead of detracting from it, I find. So it's really, really good. So let's see here really quickly what we have for maybe something good to end on here. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Mary Curie. Ooh, that's a good quote. I like that quote. That is a good one. Let's take a look. What else do we got here? From Lolly Daskell, it takes great courage to be your true self. Are you bold enough to be fearless? Well, I'm bold enough to be vulnerable. Does that count? Pretty much almost made myself cry right now. There isn't a lot on the good news side right at the moment, but I do have. I'm sure. I'm sure I have some extra stuff in there. I did actually create a good news list. So let me hop on to my trusty phone here, and we will find some good news, and we will end on that today. How about that? I think that is a phenomenal idea. All right, so just give me 2 seconds here while I hop into. There it is. Good news. You got some good news. The network has got a lot of pretty fun stuff in it. I'll say that. My former second grade teacher asked me to put my quote on a poster so she can hang it in her classroom. I will hope it will inspire her students. The camera here says, "You don't have to be an adult to make a difference. You can be a kid too." You can't really see it, but is there? I think that's pretty good. 163 passengers arriving from Beirut, which, if you didn't know, there was a big explosion in Beirut the other day. On Emirates flight were given flowers and a message of support after landing in Dubai International Airport on Sunday. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's welcome them with some flowers there. That's pretty cool. After that, a bunch of people just got kind of displaced, which is fantastic that they were able to do that. Tanks, good news. Inspired by Sir Captain Tom Moore in England. Nelson completed 100-year-old Minnesotan Mickey Nelson completed his 100th mile, raising $100,000 for COVID relief efforts through the Salvation Army, surpassing his original goal of $5,000. Wow. 100-year-old competes 100-mile walk, raising over $100,000 for the Salvation Army's COVID relief efforts. Well, that's pretty cool. There's a great photo of it there. I don't know if you can really read it super well, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's the good news article there on Twitter. So yeah, we will end with some good news. Those are really good news articles. That is fantastic. So with that, I'm going to go before my silly cat decides to knock everything down on me, and I got to get things out to the garbage as well. So I hope you all have a fantastic day and a fantastic morning or afternoon or wherever you happen to be. And we look forward to talking with you more. Oh, come on, computer. If you'd like, you can also support the show. You can also check out robhicks.com for more fun and exciting things that we're doing. You can support the show at patreon.com/eldorado and donate at streamlabs.com/eldorado. You can join us on our Discord server as well, which I have provided the link in the chat. And then you can also hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday morning. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, most of all, ride hard and live long. All right. See y'all later.